Sleeper cars are like wolves in sheep's clothing. They seem unassuming at first, but once you challenge them, they'll tear you limb from limb. It's like attacking a man on the street who turns out to be a UFC fighter, or challenging the quiet librarian to a chess match without knowing he's a grandmaster. A bike race against a secret Tour de France competitor. A swimming contest against an Olympic swimmer. The list of analogies goes on forever. The 90s had its fair share of sleeper cars, vehicles that seemed dull but packed quite a bit of power under the hood. We've compiled a short list of them, which includes a station wagon with a Corvette engine and the predecessor to the mighty Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. Here are 10 rare sleeper cars from the 90s that will shock you. Number 1. 1991 Nissan Sentra SER. The Nissan Sentra had the reputation of a reliable and efficient daily driver for the average Joe for the longest time. In 1991, Nissan decided to make it a bit bolder, with a coupe version featuring a 2-liter engine making 140 horsepower and 132 pounds-per-feet of torque. It could accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 7.5 seconds, making it quicker than the entry-level BMW 3 Series, despite costing half as much. You got goodies such as 5-speed stick-shift manual, independent suspension along, disc brakes, a rear spoiler, and the list goes on. On top of all that, you still got good fuel economy. Number 2. 1994 Toyota Camry SE V6. The 90s Toyota Camry is famous for being an everyman's car, with its good looks, efficiency, and insane reliability. You often hear about this car in the news, crossing hundreds of thousands of miles without a single overhaul. But there's a version of this car that doesn't get the attention that it deserves. This was the high-performance SE model. It came with a V6 engine making 188 horsepower and 203 pounds-per-feet of torque. This generation already shared a lot of details with the high-end Lexus LS and ES models. In the case of the SE, you also got sports suspension, alloy wheels, and a rear spoiler and black side mirrors. It outperformed its peers quite a bit and was an underrated sleeper. Number 3. 1992 GMC Typhoon. Remember when GMC made cool cars? The Typhoon should refresh your memory. It was produced for just 2 years, yet it made quite an impression. The Typhoon came with a modified version of the V6 engine used in the Suzuki Jimny, fitted with a Mitsubishi turbocharger. Other mods included custom air intercooler, intake, fuel system, exhaust, and throttle body. Furthermore, it had full-time 4-wheel drive to distribute the power better, with 2/3 going to the rear wheels. The result? The Typhoon hit 62 miles per hour in just around 5 seconds. That is still a stunning number 30 years later. It is just not something you'd expect from the average 3-door SUV. Number 4. 1992 Oldsmobile Akiva SCX. Neither the Akiva nor the company that made it exist anymore. Still, we're talking about 30-plus-year-old sleepers here, and it deserves a spot. Being the successor to the once mighty 442 Cutlass is not an easy job. However, the Akiva SCX managed it by being the best-handling, highest-powered car in Oldsmobile's catalog. The SCX is a high-performance version of the SC Sports Coupe, featuring enhanced bumpers, unique body cladding, and custom stripes and decals. The highlight was under the hood, a 4-cylinder which made 190 horses and 160 torques. The engine had been modded to rev higher and fitted with a transmission allowing for quicker acceleration. It also handled spectacularly thanks to the electronically adjustable dampers and thicker anti-roll front and rear. Only 1,650 of these stellar machines were produced. Number 5. 1993 Ford Lightning. While the term Ford Lightning refers to an electric pickup today, in the 90s, it meant a Ford F-150 that moved like lightning. This was thanks to the 5.8-liter V8 that was good for 240 horsepower and 340 pounds of torque. It was designed in collaboration with the legendary F1 driver and 3-time world champion Jackie Stewart, and was a lot sportier in appearance as well. The Lightning was proof that the F-150 was more than just a machine to haul lumber. It was a jack of all trades. Number 6. 1994 Ford Thunderbird SC Manual. Ford created the Thunderbird to rival the Corvette, but due to a greater focus on poshness and power than sportiness, we got a new genre of vehicles instead, the personal luxury segment. The Thunderbird's 10th generation offered an SC model, a sleeper in every sense. It came with a supercharged 3.8-liter V6, and the 5-speed manual variant was the one to buy. Models before 1994 came with 210 horsepower and 315 torque, while those after it had 20 more horses and 15 more torques. These were sent to a rear-wheel drive system. The SC had quirks such as alloy wheels, high-performance tires, speed-sensitive variable assist steering, and adjustable sports suspension. It rightfully won Motor Trend's Car of the Year in its debut year and was a hit in all circles. But alas, Ford executives were not happy as it was too costly and heavy in their opinion. Despite this being a beloved vehicle, the genius behind it, namely Tony Kuchta, were lambasted for their efforts. Number 7. 1997 Ford Contour SVT. In Europe, the Ford Mondeo is one of the best-selling vehicles of all time. In the US, it was known as the Ford Contour, but it didn't achieve the same success. Still, we got the Contour SVT, courtesy of the wizards at Ford's Special Vehicles team. It came with a 2.5-liter V6, producing 195 horsepower, 5 more in the later models. This was paired with a 5-speed manual retuned suspension, upgraded brakes, larger wheels, and high-performance tires. There were several vanity upgrades to make it look just as sporty. Like other SVT vehicles, you couldn't just walk into a dealership and buy it. You had to order it and purchase it from a selective group of dealers. On the surface, this was, by American standards at least, a tiny sedan for driving to work. However, with the SVT badge, it was a whole different beast. Number 8. 1991 Mitsubishi Galant VR4. Here's a powerful statement for you. The Galant VR4 walked so that the Evo could run. How, you ask? Well, it had a powerful engine that churned out 195 horses, an all-wheel drive system, and was built for rallying by the brainiacs at Mitsubishi. It would deliver stellar performances in the World Rally Championship until its powertrain was given to the new Lancer Evo, and the rest, as they say, is history. Number 9. 1994 Buick Roadmaster Estate Wagon. The Buick Roadmaster made a triumphant return to the company's lineup in the 90s, after being absent for almost 30 years. In 1994, Buick added a modded version of the small block 5.7-liter V8 found in the C4 Corvette. This motor was also offered on the Chevrolet Camaro Z28 and Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. It produced 260 horsepower, which is a lot more than anyone needs for a school run, along with raising the power output by 80 horses. It also increased the fuel economy by 1 mpg. Without a doubt, the only word you can use to describe this car is witchcraft. It was the very last generation of the Roadmaster, and it cooked pretty well. And number 10. 1991 Dodge Spirit RT. The Dodge Spirit is a largely forgettable mid-size sedan from the 90s, but its high-performance version, the Spirit RT, now that's a different story altogether. It was advertised as the fastest sedan made in America, despite being manufactured in Mexico. Putting this statement aside, the Spirit RT could accelerate from 0 to 60 in just 5.8 seconds, despite being front-wheel drive. This was possible thanks to the 2.2-liter turbocharged engine, developed in collaboration with Lotus. As seen with the Buick GNX, the Brits and Americans always produce magic when they work together. Motor Trend named it its domestic sports sedan of the year, twice in a row, and about 1,200 of these were produced in total. Sleeper cars are all about the element of surprise and are based on the expression, "You never judge a book by its cover." In this video, we looked at some of the rarest and most underrated sleeping machines of the 90s. Cars that proved that the fastest exteriors and the most luxurious features don't always matter, but the heart and soul hidden beneath. Cars that proved that the flashiest exteriors and the most luxurious features don't always matter, but the heart and soul hidden beneath. Thanks for watching. Till next time, see you on the road.